morning. This is Russell Howard with Good News to Live By at the Richland Road Church of Christ. And we're always glad that you join us Monday through Friday in the morning. We're sharing some good news about our good Lord, or good news about what's happening at the church, or activities, or prayer list. And we're just always glad that you're a part of our congregation and staying in touch this way. A few things we want to share with you. Please join us tonight at 7 p.m. on our Zoom. You can go to our Facebook for ID and password as we begin a new study on encounters with Jesus. Matt Dom will be speaking tonight, leading a discussion on Zoom on Zacchaeus, the wee little man. You want to be here at 7 o'clock on Zoom tonight. Check that out on our Facebook page. It would be great to have you a part of that discussion. We also want to encourage you to worship with us this Sunday morning at either 8:15, 9:45, or 11:15, or you can attend our family worship period in the fellowship hall, also at 11:15, and this is for families with preschool children or early elementary age children. Now, we encourage you to go to our webpage or to our Facebook to sign up to worship with us, which service you and your family would like to attend, so as we try to practice social distancing. Or you can call our office at 740-389-1017. It would be great, wonderful to have you in worship this Sunday. We had a great gathering last Sunday. It was our first Sunday since we had kind of weren't able to meet face to face, but we're back in business together, and we want you to be a part. On Sunday night at 6 p.m. on Zoom, Mike Holleran will also begin a new study for the summer on the book of Genesis. You'll find the ID and the password also on Facebook probably around Friday, and we encourage you to be doing that. Please remember in your prayers today, Miranda McVaughn, who is at Children's. This is Trudy Sharp's granddaughter. Omar Williams, who is at Marion General Hospital in the intensive care unit. Walt Kirkpatrick, who's at Marion General. Bonnie Blankenship, one of our members, is having surgery tomorrow at Riverside Hospital. Also, Teresa Tharp is now at home. Mike Pine is now at home. Continue to remember in your prayers, David Brees is under hospice care, as well as Erica Rich is under hospice care. Remember in your prayers, Don Griffin, as well as Patty Toothman, and as well Craig Willis in your prayer. Someone has composed the following list of cards you will not find at Hallmark. Looking back over the years that we've been together, I can't help but wonder, what was I thinking? You won't see that at Hallmark. Or I've always wanted to have someone to hold, someone to love, and after meeting you, I've changed my mind. Or as the days go by, I think of how lucky I am that you're not here to ruin it for me. Or you won't find this one at Hallmark. As we grow older, Mom, I think of all the gifts you've given me, like the need of therapy. Or you look great for your age, almost lifelike. Or when we have been friends for a very long time, what do you say we call it quits? I'm so miserable without you, it's almost like you're here. Or you're such a good friend that if we were on a sinking ship and there was only one life jacket, I'd miss you heaps, thinking of you often. Somehow those cards definitely would never be appropriate, and no advertisement company would ever use them, and you would not find them at a Hallmark, because when a slogan goes, when you care enough to send the very best, you don't send things like that. Greeting card companies certainly have made it easy for us to let our friends and our relatives know how much we care about them. And you got to appreciate the creativity of many of the cards that are used. Now, the Apostle Paul didn't have the benefit of cards of a card store back in his day and time, but many of the words he wrote to congregations and to individuals were filled with sentiments of love and care. And they were worded in such a way that perhaps they should be used in greeting cards today. Listen to some of the words that written to Christians in Paul's time in Philippians chapter 1, verse 3 to verse 8. I thank my God upon every remembrance of you, always with every prayer of mine, making requests for you, all with joy. It is right for me to think this of you all, because I have you in my heart. For God is my witness, how greatly I long for you with the affection of Jesus Christ. Warren Wiersbe outlines that passage of scripture, Philippians 1, verse 3 to verse 8, by saying, I have you in my mind, I have you in my heart, and I have you in my prayers. That sums up the affection that Paul had when he wanted to send the very best. Of course, the greatest example of send the very best for us was God. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Is there someone you care about greatly today? Maybe a family member, maybe a friend? Why not send them a card? Why not send them a text? Why not call them? However way you contact them, make sure that let them know that they're important to you, that they are on your mind, they're in your hearts and in your prayers today. In a world that seems to be quite often filled with hate and bitterness, let's fill it with a world of love. Let's fill it with the love of Christ. If there's ever any hope of changing this world, it is going to be in the words of Christ and living like Christ and having the heart of Christ. Instead of looking at the worst in people, let's look at the very best in people. And let's make sure that we tell them how special and how important they are. This is Russell Howard with the Good News to Live By. I hope you have a great day.